That's good stuff. Walked into a tree. See, normally in the winter I fish from here and cast down, but with all these bulrushes and reeds and God have me. Yeah. So I'm having to walk right down there, which is a very sloping bank. It's not the best, really. Put your willies on today. Yeah, this, I cannot believe any self-respecting chub is going to be down there, to be honest. It's too shallow. There's hardly any flow. But as we're here, we'll give it a try.
Good morning all. We've had a bit of rain over the last week, so I've decided to make my way to a stream in the hope of perhaps extracting a chub or two. It was a bit touch and go where I came out today. After last Friday's session, on Saturday I started sneezing. By Sunday my nose was running and I had a terrible sore throat. That developed into a sort of troubling cough, which in turn developed into a deep, painful cough. So yeah, I picked up a virus or something. Anyway, I've spent the last 2 or 3 days at home doing very little, recuperating, and I wasn't sure whether to come out today, to be honest, but in the end the forecast is for quite a mild day for this time of year, and as I say, we've had some rain, so I thought let's try a stream. Now I'm sort of chancing my luck really, because the streams will still be pretty packed with weed, I think, and the bankside vegetation will still be pretty prolific, so I'm not terribly confident, but you never know with chub if you get the bait in the right place, and yeah, you can have a bit of luck. So as I say, we'll give it a try. We're at Horton, famous for the mill, National Trust Mill, and I'm just making my way down this tiny little road, which doesn't actually go anywhere other than where I want to park. Fingers crossed, there isn't a lot of parking down here, and sort of fingers crossed I can get the car in. People don't really park here long term, to be honest. Sometimes you get some walkers park here, and that's if a walking group comes, that is curtains, because there'll be a lot of cars, but other than that it's excuse me, I'm going to be coughing today, but other than that, it is basically people taking their dogs for a walk, so it's fairly short term. So fingers crossed we'll be able to park. I'm late today. I didn't sleep that well last night. I keep waking up coughing, so I started off a bit late. Yeah, the car's sort of in the middle really. It's not in a good place. To the left of it or to the right of it. I'm going to the right of it. I think I'm blocking the farmer's entrance if I go there. I'll go to the other side of it. As I say, you can get after a dozen cars here, and after that it's full up. Right folks, we're here. Be back once I've sorted my gear out of the car, and we'll have a toodle down to the stream.
Right, we're on our way. A little bit of a walk today. For those of you who like to comment on the fact I walk quite a bit. It's quite a pleasant little walk down this little tree-lined avenue. It's about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so down here before we get to the stream, and then it's a bit of a walk along the stream. I didn't mention in the car, I don't think, it's actually the trout stream I'm going to fish. What's called the trout stream. I've never caught a trout there, and I don't know if there are trout in there, to be honest. It's obviously a historic name. If anyone online who's watching this knows the history of the trout stream and whether there were ever trout in there, please let me know. Walking very slowly this morning. I'm in recovery mode. These viruses, you know, they take it out of you. And as we come round this this bend at the bottom, you'll see the bridge over the trout stream. And now we get our first glance over the stream. After the rain we've had, I'm hoping that the flow, or there is some flow, a bit of decent flow. Well, that's bad news, folks. There is really no flow at all. So, I don't know what all that rain did for us, but not a lot. Yeah, that's a disappointment. I really thought with the rain we've had, it's the way the authorities control the flow, I think, is the problem. Anyway, I'm going to have to take the camera off to get through this gate because it's a bit of a squeeze, and I'm not sure I can get through without. These gates are fine for people walking, but they're not the most brilliant thing in the world for us anglers. Oh, I got away with it. Let's rescue me rods. Or rod. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing actually. That sort of reduces my my optimism somewhat. I'm probably not going to stay terribly long today because I found after this virus that I feel fairly beat by early afternoon anyway. So with all this trudging around, it's probably going to make it worse. Or a bit fresh air probably won't do me any harm. Yeah, this is pretty impossible, folks. This was a spot I thought I might fish, but look at it, it's worse than the last time I came here in high summer. Yeah, oh dear. Anyway, a little bit of a walk down here where I sort of walk about halfway along the stream normally and try a few spots down there and then work my way back, but this is looking very unpromising. Well, folks, I'm not sure what to do, to be honest. It's worse than the last time I was here. I suppose it's worth putting a bit of bait in. There's a little bit of flow here thanks to the narrowing of the channel, but to be honest, it's not good. Oh. What's that in that field over there? Are they alpacas or something? Oh, I don't know. Well, I suppose if we're here we might as well drop a bait in, but it really doesn't look very promising. I don't think I've got the energy today to walk over to the main river, which is the same distance as I've already walked, and I don't know if I'm up to it, to be honest. So yeah, okay, I'll set the rod up and put a bit of bait on and see what happens. But it's pretty dire, isn't it? Strangely, I checked the government site for water levels and it said this was rising. Well, if this is rising, God knows what it was before. I've never seen it as low as this. Right, I haven't unpacked much, and I've not set up a second camera or anything. I'll just dip in this spot here. There's one or two other spots downstream that I may dip in as well, but I came here once before when there was no flow and it was absolutely hopeless, so I'm not over enthusiastic at the moment. I'm feeling a bit sweaty, which is probably the after effects of the virus. John Wilson Avon quiver with the red quiver tip, which I'm not sure what that is now. I think it's the most sensitive of the three you get with this rod. And the Shimano Reel 5000 RE, £6.9, number 8 hook. Single shot, which is actually equivalent of 2 SSG, and a little plastic stop on the line to actually stop it running down. And it's just a simple, some people have asked me why I do this, but it's literally just a simple loop, tied off loop, with the shot pushed up so that there's a sort of small loop at the end that can't pass the stop really. As I say, I really don't think this is going to work. I know it's never good to sort of start things negatively, but it's a bit of a shock really, I think, with all the rain we had. I mean, it's up here in Cambridgeshire, we haven't been getting the sort of rain that people are getting down more to the southwest, but we have had some rain. I can only assume they let it all go because there's really hardly any flow here. Oh, that's a good start. Walked into a tree. See, normally in the winter I fish from here and cast down, but with all these bulrushes and reeds and God have you. Yeah. So I'm having to walk right down there, which is a very sloping bank. It's not the best really. Put your willies on today. Yeah, this, I cannot believe any self-respecting chub is going to be down there, to be honest. It's too shallow. There's hardly any flow. But as we're here, we'll give it a try. To be honest, with the water this clear and me having to get right down this end to cast, I'll probably spooked any chub that were there anyway, just from sight, because there's no cover. if they're around, they usually oblige fairly quickly, and obviously that hasn't happened. Nah. It's right down in their favoured spot, but nothing took it. Yep, we're going to try another couple of spots that are probably a little less dangerous than this, because this bank is slippery and steep. So, and these days my stability's not what it was. Good morning. It's all right. I think the fish have all gone on holiday.
Oh.
I didn't expect the water to be so low.
It's very low, yeah.
We've had
right.
we've had quite a bit of rain.
Yeah.
As you're a regular,
Somewhere we.
yeah, as you're a regular, has it actually come up and gone down again?
Yes,
Or?
it's gone. It was up.
Yeah.
And then it comes down. Sometimes it has to do with them letting water through
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an expert. But
No, it was just with the rain we had. I thought.
yeah, it's quite low.
Okay, I'm moving on. Just talking to the lady back there, she said the river had been up, but it's gone down again. I think it depends more on how the EA control the levels than it does on the rain, to be honest. But a real disappointment today. I really thought it would look better than this. I think nature's gone wild this year. Worth a try, I suppose, in the circumstances. I'll put my gear down and just have a little scout around at this point here. See, the weed is dying off in there. Yeah. Right. Get between those weeds out there. Just between the streamer weed. As I say, I'm on a high bank, the water's gin clear, it's shallow, so even if there are chub around, they've probably seen me. Not a whiff. Try casting a bit further down if I don't lose everything. Danger of bringing bread back like that through the water is there's a lot of pike in here. And, yeah, pike snatching. I don't know what I cast into there, to be honest. A bit closer to the edge than I wanted to be. I've caught chub from this stretch here in the something's playing with it in the winter. There's definitely some taps there, probably minnows, but at least there's life down there. It probably proves the bait isn't entombed in a piece of streamer weed. There are a lot of dace and roach and things in here, so they're probably just nibbling at the edge of that flake. Oh look, it's trembling. Something's interested, isn't it? But it hasn't got the characteristics of a greedy chub. Well, whatever's down there is still trembling my rod top or my quiver tip, but I don't think it's going to be able to take that lump of bread on an 8 hook. Got a decision to make really, whether I walk further downstream or just make my way back up again and see if I can find another spot upstream. But I don't think it's going to work today somehow. The conditions are the worst I've ever experienced on this stream, even more so than the last time I came when it was low. Strangely enough, there's no bread left. I'll try putting a bit of luncheon meat down there, I suppose. Now there's a lot of streamer down there, but there's like a gap, a V gap in the streamer, which I was going to try and cast into, so if anything's under there it may go for the bait. Not much else here really. It's fairly clear over there actually, but I don't know. Anyway, I fitted a polarising front glass to, or polarising lens I suppose you call it, to my GoPro, so you may actually be able to see better in the water. Thank you to Chris at Bite Point Angling, who watches my videos and I watch his. For recommending the polarized lens, because at the lake on my last session the reflection off the water was absolutely awful. So, yeah, so if you don't have a look at Chris's Bite Point Angling, I suggest you perhaps check it out. Some good stuff. Whether I can get where I want to get is another matter, of course. Sort of. Could have been a bit further, but still on lunch with me. The water's really too low and the conditions are too clear and the banks are too high and the sun's too bright. all those elements come together to make this probably the worst conditions for chub fishing you could imagine. When I arrived at this spot, the alpaca over there were quite interested in me, and there was one standing here, one of the sort of more fawn coloured ones, and it was looking over, sort of trying to work out who I was and what I was. So I quickly grabbed the camcorder, which has got a long zoom on it, and of course you know what happened. Just got them in focus, just about to take the picture, and I'll start the camcorder, and the alpaca decided I wasn't a problem and just carried on feeding, so the head went down and that was it really. I don't know if I could get in that channel down the end there, whether there's a spot up there you can fish from, but I doubt it. It doesn't look too hopeful. You need to get a bit further away from where you hope the fish are. Up to now, everywhere I've fished, I've more or less been dropping on their heads, which with chub is never going to work really. No. Let's have a mosey down there and see if there's a potential to fish there. I don't think there is. Looks like all thick overgrown bank, to be honest. Don't worry, I'm going to let him go back and get my landing net. I won't actually start fishing now, I'm just checking it out. Someone's made a path, that's always a sign of potential interest. See, my shadow is over the water. If I go any further forward, it's even worse. It's not really fishable, is it? I can't see any movement down there. It's just cabbages and reeds and absolutely no sign of fish. As I say, my shadow is right over the water, so it's a dead loss situation really. If there were any chub there, they would have long since hidden. Spot. I could try over the back there, couldn't I? That's probably hostile, but seems to be a lot of streamer weed. I'm not sure there's any clear water there. That's exactly where I wanted to be. Well, I'm going to try casting upstream here. I can't, because of the way the light is, I really can't see if there's weed or not, but from the surface it looks remarkably clear. That may be interesting over there. I didn't mean to go over there, but it could be an interesting place to be. I've cast more towards the centre of the stream up there. And I just had a tap, but I think it's probably going to be what I had before, with small fish just gradually nibbling away at the flake. Need a bit more flow, just need some water coming down. There's really hardly any movement at all. I don't know if you can see down there, there's a bit of debris on the surface there, and you look, it's hardly moving. Even where the stream narrows, the flow doesn't pick up. Well, I had one tap and that was it. So I think I'll make my way upstream towards the start of the stretch. As I say, there's one spot. I'm not sure it'll fish today, but it was successful in March. But March is a different kettle of fish to end of summer. No, I think I'll go up there, give that a try, and then it may be the time to sort of admit defeat, really. Right, this is the spot where I caught a chub in March, and I was getting quite a few bites before I managed to hook one, but look at it now. Jesus, what is it, 2 inches deep out there? No, it's deceiving water, isn't it? It's probably 6 inches, but lots of fry in the sides, small chublets, but there is no way this is fishable. So this may be the last port of call. Yeah, this stream is just so congested, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Alright, we'll walk on. Crikey. Oh, getting out of here is quite a challenge as well. Right. This spot is literally about, you can see the bridge over there, 20 yards into the stretch. I've fished it a few times, never caught anything, but today I'm going to just sit here for a while and just get my breath back, fish it for a while, fish or no fish, to get ready for the walk back to the car. So I'm starting to wilt a bit. So I'll set up and we'll see what happens. You never know. Sometimes places you never fish, or fish and never catch fish, and then on one occasion you do. So we may be lucky. We'll see what happens. Well, this is definitely last chance saloon, guys. As I say, I've never caught in this swim, which amazes me because it looks all right, but I think it's fished a lot. It's nice to see a bit of streamer that's still green. Most of it's got this horrible sort of decaying browny colour. I mean, say, look, it's got all the right sort of appearance to it, this swim, because you've got overhanging bushes there, and it's a little bit of a deeper channel runs down, but I don't know. I have tried it on a few occasions, but it never worked. I'm going to stay here for a quarter hour, 20 minutes, just to get my breath back, and then that's no good. No good, Robert. You got to go further than that. I think there's nowhere so far that I'm in the bushes on the other side. There we go. See if anything happens. I don't know where the chub go, you know, when it's like this, because they have their haunts here in the sort of winter, late autumn and winter. It's fairly predictable where you find them, but nothing ever works in these conditions. I just cast over almost directly in front of me to see if I could get close to that sort of small raft under that bush. And by pure luck, I literally got so close to it I was nearly in it. So let's see what happens there. I think this will probably be my last cast. I've just recuperated enough, I think, to get back to the car. And I think my intuition was correct when I arrived this morning and saw this stream. I knew it would really be challenging. I haven't fished a stream for quite a few weeks now. I think the last one was the chub stream down at St Ives, where I was fortunate enough to get one chub. But I got that from a swim that was really perfectly configured for a chub, really. I was able to cast from upstream, and there was a raft downstream under a bush, and the cast literally landed close to the raft, and the take was almost immediate. But I haven't found any sort of similar conditions here today, to be honest. There were no sort of swims where the water's clear enough and there are overhanging branches. Oh, that just jumped back a bit. Why was that? I'm down in those reeds down there. Oh, yeah. No, folks, I don't think anything's going to happen here today. But it's been a lovely few hours out in the countryside, and it's a very sort of picturesque little stream, even when it isn't providing me with any fish. Yeah, there's not really much nibbling on that, is there? No, it's sort of oh well, there'll be another time, but perhaps the message from today is that I've got to wait for an awful lot more rain. I thought we had had enough to bring this stream up, but obviously not. Yeah, I've got to wait for an awful lot more rain, and possibly some almost flood conditions to clear some of this stuff out of these streams. So I think the streams I have to wait for quite a while now, and it's either back to the river or still water again. Right, I'm going to pack up. It's about 1:45, so well, that's it for today, folks. Sorry, no fish. That's why it's called Bob Goes Fishing and not Bob Catches Fish, because I don't always succeed. In fact, there are a number of occasions when I don't. But the conditions today, as I mentioned in the video, were probably the complete opposite of what you would want for chub fishing. Clear sky, shallow water, no flow, high banks, often with the sun behind me, so the fish would have seen me coming long before I wanted them to. So yeah, it just wasn't very good conditions, but I wanted some time out. I've been sort of stuck indoors all week after getting that virus and sort of trying to recover from it. Found it a bit tough today, to be honest, and I've had a few coughing fits that I'll edit out. I'll mute the video. You don't want to hear those. But anyway, I did enjoy it. It's a lovely bit of countryside here. I was more or less on my own, other than a few dog walkers, and yeah, it was great really. But I didn't think I was going to succeed today, and I was proved right. But there's always another day. But I think I'm going to give the streams a bit longer. We need a lot more rain, and we need more of this vegetation to die away and get flushed out, because this is just far too challenging. So I don't know what's next. Maybe back to the river, which is not easy either, or perhaps another still water. I'll see. I'll think about it. When we get there, you'll know all about it. So anyway, usual thanks to the subscribers and people liking the videos, and the comments. Quite a few comments again, which I enjoy. So until the next time, wherever that might be, it's bye for now, and cheers.